Hello and welcome to another edition of Batavia Muckdogs Baseball here on YouTube Live. We have a great game for you today on Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You guys are all having a great Sunday here today as the Batavia Muckdogs will host the Niagara Power again, the second time in just 3 days. Both of these teams are currently sitting at 5 and 9 towards the bottom half of the West Division standings, looking to build upon that with a win today. Hello yet again, I'm Griffin Bell, and I'm going to bring you along all the action throughout this one. Muckdogs are currently on a 4-game losing streak, trying to snap that here today. Game 2 of a 3-game homestand for your Batavia Muckdogs. Before we get things underway here on Father's Day, we'll give you the Tompkins Bank style starting lineups. Leading off for your Muckdogs will be second baseman Cameron Connolly in his normal spot. Switching it up in the two-hole, Charlie Ciccone will be playing short at second. Spencer Marcus batting third and playing right field as he's trying to get things going after being held hitless last night. Same thing with Admiral Benitez, who is tonight's 4-hitter for the Muckdogs, playing left field. Jerry Reinhardt, after a great game last night, will be the DH. Trey Bacon will be the EH, batting 6th. Joe Georgia will be the first baseman, batting 7th. In the 8th hole will be Trevor Dean, the center fielder. Mitch Fleming will be behind the plate and batting 9th. And the number 10 man will be Ethan Fresca, tonight's third baseman, with Andrew Parr on the mound as a starter, his first start of the season. Muckdogs will do whatever they can to get a win here tonight. If that means putting their best reliever in a start, that's what they got to do. So as we are still continuing to get things ready, Niagara Power's lineup has been introduced. Our Diamond Dance Girls getting ready, and the whole team lineup will be coming out shortly. So we'll take a quick break with first pitch in less than 5 minutes away. national anthem has been sung. We are ready for baseball here at Dwyer Stadium. Thank you for all of us that are joining now in the live stream here on YouTube Live. Batavia Muckdog baseball coverage. And this first pitch will be here shortly with reliever / now starting pitcher Andrew Parr on the mound for the Dogs. The former 2 weeks ago was the PGCBL pitcher of the week. He still has not allowed a run yet this season. 10 innings pitched, no runs allowed. So he is obviously a guy that they can rely on, not out of the pen, but in this situation when you really do need to stop the losing skid that currently sits at 4 games and build off of these games that they continue to go down to the wire, but they just still have not found a way to get back in the win column. Last night was one of those performances where you're in a situation with bases loaded, down just 1 run, and no outs, and you can't put a run across to at least tie the game to go into extra innings, which is frustrating for everyone involved. You know, there was a lot of heart-to-heart talks last night. Before this one, it seems like they're a locked-in group, and they just want to play their style of baseball. Obviously, it's tough to not let emotions get the best of you at points, but you're playing this game, and you're going to be here for a whole lot longer of a season. You want to kill this losing streak before it gets out of hand. That's what Parr's job is here today. A beautiful Sunday afternoon at Dwyer Stadium. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers now watching the live stream. Muckdogs will be in their home red uniforms with the Niagara Power in their away blues, as both of these teams currently sit at 5 and 9 in the standings. And whatever team will be the loser of this one will actually drop down to last place in the division. So a very, again, crucial win for the Muckdogs after almost winning last night in a low-scoring affair against the #1 team in your division. These are games you guys have to win if you want to have yourself be playing in the playoffs in August. So, Parr will be on the mound and continues to warm up. He's a guy that is extremely intense, charismatic, and when he's on, he will let you know, not afraid to ruffle some feathers. Again, he's been in 5 games so far with 10 innings pitched, only allowing 3 hits. I mentioned no runs and a great strikeout to walk ratio, sitting at 13-2 with a 3-0 record. Again, with the Muckdogs only winning so far this season 5 games, Parr has been responsible for 3, and Julian Pichardo for the other 2. Again, Pichardo last night had a great outing, was pulled after 6 innings due to his pitch count, had 110 pitches in the game. Realized that they rode him as long as they could, and only allowing 1 run in the game was, they felt, was good enough position to come out with the W. Unfortunately, rally in the top of the 9th inning. Came just a little bit short. First pitch by Andrew Parr, who just been outside. As we start to have a little bit of a breeze here at Dwyer Stadium. Pitch moving in there for a strike. So Andrew Parr now with a 1-1 count. Parr, that one hit on the ground but fouled to the Niagara Power leadoff man, Noah Marcello. Looking at the Power stats, they're coming off a loss against Newark. The Muckdogs were actually supposed to play the Power yet again this past Friday, but due to rain in the Niagara Falls area at Sal Magny Stadium, the game was postponed. Here's the 1-2 by Andrew Parr. That one was spiked and goes off catcher Mitch Fleming way high. It's the backstop. So again, beautiful day here at the ballpark. Both of these teams trying to get back in the win column as they sit at 5 and 9. That one hit on the ground over to Charlie Ciccone. Ciccone with a strong throw to get the out. Big for Andrew Parr right there. Get it first. See how animated he is throughout the game, strutting around after he gets the ball back. Again, he takes a long time like that to take a look out there. Sometimes he also will be talking to himself. He's just a competitor and wants to do absolutely everything he can to come out with a W. Here is the center fielder slash pitcher, Cole Gabrielson. Gabrielson has only pitched one inning for them so far this year, but that's what he is listed at. Next pitch also will be on the outer half for a strike. Gabrielson from San Mateo goes to San Mateo College. Here's the 0-2 by Parr. That one off speed, low and inside. Parr again, a guy that has thrown 10 perfect innings. Not allowed a run yet this season. Another slider will be low to even up at 2 apiece. For the power, with a similar lineup to what we saw here at Dwyer Stadium on Thursday. A game that was a big swing and miss. Andrew Parr gets his first strikeout of the outing, now raising his total to 14 on the year. Hitter and third baseman Scott Origin. A guy that had a great day reaching base a lot this past Thursday in a 5-2 win against the Muckdogs. He ball to start out the at-bat. But starting pitcher for the Power, Ben Miller, had a masterful performance, pitching 7 perfect innings, not allowing a base runner. Up here in the booth, I didn't want to jinx anything, as you know, that I do feel like that's a real thing in those scenarios, and it's been kind of cool to see a perfect game. But Miller was then pulled, and Gallardo came in for relief just due to Miller only having, up to that point on the season, with 2 starts under his belt, 7 2/3 innings pitched. So in one start alone, with a pretty high pitch count sitting around the mid-80s, that one is fouled away, so will stay alive. Just due to his pitch count, he also goes to Delta College, which is a junior college out in Northern California. They didn't even have a baseball season this year due to COVID, so he's still trying to get back into things. It's Andrew Parr goes 1-2-3 to start. Then 2 strikeouts at the end. We'll go to the bottom half of the first inning as Cameron Connolly, Charlie Ciccone, and Spencer Marcus argue up first for the Muckdogs. And after a short break, we're in the middle of the first inning. We have the Niagara Power pitcher here tonight. Scott is in his second start of the year. He's already pitched 10 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, with 8 strikeouts and no walks for a 1.8 ERA. Also on the West Coast, is much of that power roster is actually from out west.
They got four North Batavia Muckdogs in the bottom of the first inning. Second base number 15, Cameron Conley.
Other, not just Pac-12, but Big 12 guys as well. Scott is one of them. The first pitch to another guy who will be on the West Coast shortly. That's Cam Conley. He will take ball one here in the bottom half of the first inning. That one he flared out into the outfield, chasing back the shortstop, and coming down with it will be the left fielder Alex Green for the first out.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 5, Charlie Saccone.
A lot of low-scoring games for the Muckdogs the past few games. Their batting averages, after being, a top 3 team in the league, with their averages came back down as Saccone tries to get a bunt down, and that one was foul. Good idea right there, as Origin was playing way back on. But how a lot of these guys, Spencer Marcus was above 450. He's currently sitting at 380, which again is extremely good. But in these games where we're just coming a bit short, it does make a difference when we're sitting at 5-5, and some of these guys like Marcus and Abner Benitez, who's now hitting just a tick over 300. That does make a difference, as that was kind of who they relied on in those big situations to bring runs home and to facilitate their offense. Trevor Dean now hovering around 300 as well. Cam Conley will be hitting 300 exactly after that at-bat. Conley is up right now hitting 277 and 47 at-bats, so he's been a staple in the Muckdog lineup. Is 13 for 47. 3 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 7 walks. Here's the 0-2. That one put into play over to Origin. Strong throw by the third baseman that made Carlone get off the bag, but on the tag, the county will be retired. Now Spencer Marcus. Yesterday,
Spencer Marcus.
hit this lost hours. That learned carried in. Before as well. Let me check on that, and he also was. So currently, Marcus is 0 for his last 9. If you go all the way back to the game earlier in the week in Jamestown, that one is hit over to the right side. Coming down with it is the right fielder by the Niagara Power bullpen. I didn't really even think that he had a chance to get that one, but it was kind of hung
No errors and no runners left on
and first pitch
Fans, make sure to visit the Sergeant Sanders
officially
and
over
the
the last 10.
Including errors,
One inning in the books here at Dwyer Stadium. Going back on the mound is Andrew Marr after a 1-2 inning. We'll be back in just a minute here on YouTube Live. Now stepping up to the plate for the Niagara Power is cleanup hitter Brock Rudy. Rudy is a catcher that plays at the University of Utah. See what he can do here. Parr started out the game with 3 up, 3 down. So 1-1 count. Here on Father's Day at the ballpark of families in attendance as yesterday's home game for fireworks night. After some shaky weather to start out the game, it was a fairly good turnout. It's another great atmosphere for the Muckdogs to play in, as talking to a lot of these guys, they have absolutely adored playing for such a great fan base like Batavia. Here's the 1-1 to Rudy. That one swung on, pulled to the right side and fouled. So far, Rudy is hitting .320 and 25 at-bats. 8 hits and 2 RBIs. One outside. Now they do have County shifted over to the right side of the infield. A little pull side. That one swung on and missed. Doesn't matter, shift or not. 3 straight strikeouts for Andrew Parr in this one.
Catcher number 29, Nick Balsamo.
Very impressive stuff from the pitcher from Andrews College, a junior college out in Georgia. Are originally from Alabama. Nicest guys you'll ever meet. A lot of great manners. Down south, they're kind of known for that, for being very pleasant. Parr is one of those guys. However, when he steps on the mound, he might have a different side of him come out, let's just say that. Here's the 0-1 to Nick Balsamo. Balsamo with a nice hit off to the right fielder Marcus, and that'll be the first hit of the ball game. It's the base knocked by Balsamo, the Baylor Bears. So a lot of these are
17, Will Carlone.
That being said, there will be a man on first base as Niagara gets their first base runner. Power did a great job with recruiting as new skipper just misses the outside corner to first baseman Will Carlone. But head coach Stu Peterson, in his first year with the Power, the father of MLB outfielder who now plays for the Chicago Cubs, Jock Peterson, which is pretty cool to have him. And he also played for the Dodgers, was drafted by the Dodgers, the team that Jock used to play for and was a World Series champion with this last year. He's on the south side of Chicago. Carlone will call time. Peterson has done an outstanding job of getting guys local for him, as he also lives out on the West Coast. And a lot of great talent at the Division I level with Pac-12 teams like Arizona State and Utah and some other schools like USC and some other closer great Division I programs like Vanderbilt and University of Virginia. And that one's hit on the ground over to County. Tries to get it out of his glove, lost the handle on it, and he had no shot to get the runner at first base either. So we'll go down as a hit for the Power, back-to-back in sequence. Will Carlone.
Casey Selke.
Now here is the Rochester kid, Casey Selke. Selke is going into his freshman year at the University of Virginia, that I have also played against, and I'm 2 years older than him, so his sophomore year, my senior year, we played right at this field, the Dwyer Stadium, and there was a lot of buzz around him, and it was pretty cool because at the time, he committed as a freshman, I believe, to UVA. We'll play against him He is now in his third game in a power uniform. It's the 0-1. Parr was getting the sign from Fleming, maybe a little miscommunication. Wisely will just step off and get back to toe the rubber. He does have one out in the inning, but also with 2 base runners on. That one hit up. It's foul ground. Joe Georgia chasing after that one, who is tonight's starting first baseman. Danny Burley getting the night off. This just seems like things really haven't been going his way as of late. Putting the ball in play and putting it right at anyone in his way, whether that's down the line and left, deep to center, line drive to third, you name it. He's been getting screwed. Is that one diving in Sakowny? That one will go off his glove into shallow left field. Abner Benitez looked like his foot got stuck in the ground or something there. Pretty awkward throw. But now, 3 base hits. None of them hit hard by any means, but
batting 8, the extra hitter, number 39, Tyler Coy.
Sometimes that's really the main reason why. You just want to put balls in play, because it makes the county work over there. He's been already pretty busy at short. Now, corner infielders will be in. Middle still trying to play for the double play. First pitch strike to tonight's extra hitter, Tyler Coy. Great plays at VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. Pitch swung on, hit foul. So Andrew Parr in this inning has already let up 3 base hits. It's the same amount that he has let up this entire season in just 1 inning right here. Still trying to get out of the inning. Parr, that one hit over to Sakowny's way. They're going to try to get 2. They throw it over to Conley and throw the second one in. A big double play ball. And Parr, he slaps his chest and he gets out of a bases loaded game here in the top of the second inning. The bottom half of the inning, after he says Jim Reinhardt, Trey Bacon, trying to be the guys with the first base runner out there for the Muckdogs here today. And Scout throws back on the mound. Back in just a second, but not before. We thank some of our sponsors, Batavia Downscaping, Picarella's Pizza, Alex's Place, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Noah Roy Chiropractic, Tompkins Bank of Castile, United Memorial Medical Center, and New York 529 College Savings. We thank you for keeping baseball here in Batavia. We'll be back in just a minute. Leading off here for your Muckdogs in the bottom of the second inning. On YouTube Live will be left fielder Abner Benitez. Benitez, again, is just hitting a little bit over 300. That one hit into foul ground, almost hit a fan in the second row. A strike. So tonight's cleanup hitter, Jerry Reinhardt on deck. We had a great game last night. Make sure that the fan is all right. That one hit over to short. Sauke gloves it. He throws it over, and a nice stretch by Carlone for the first out of the inning.
And fifth, he's the designated hitter number 9, Jerry Reinhardt.
Still trying to see if that fan that got clipped by the ball is okay. He seems a little disoriented. Okay, that's a very scary occurrence. Now here's Jerry Reinhardt. Tonight's DH not playing third. Ethan Fresca will be at third base. Stephen Sarmiento will also not be in the lineup. Save is still trying to get their first base runner and first hit here tonight. 0-1, now the 1-1. Reinhardt hit a slider inside there. Pitch, that one inside, almost flips Reinhardt in the forearm area. Against Jake Shot. So far this season, Reinhardt hitting exactly 250. Great night last night, picking up his second double on the year. Now the count will be 2-2 after the foul ball out into the parking lot. 0-0, still your score early in this one. In the pitch, that one in the dirt. Nice block by tonight's catcher, Nick Balsano.
He is really stepped up in that. I am very excited. Because when I was
And the 3-2 now. That pitch hit softly over to the right side. Carlone will stay fair. He stepped on it himself for out number 2.
And 6 for Daniel. Next hitter number 6,
Trey Bacon. Currently, even though he's had limited opportunities at the plate, he's still coming back from a wrist injury. Actually has the highest batting average on the team with a 500 average. He's also been walked and hit by a pitch. Here's Trey Bacon. One in there for a strike. 1-1 with 2 outs. And tonight's extra hitter, Trey Bacon, who we saw pitch just 1 inning yesterday, cutting up. Run that one. 2-1 now. But Bacon was kind of the bridge guy in between Pichardo and Carlos Rodriguez. Settles in a 2-1 here by Shot. That one swung on. Trey Bacon can hit from both sides. Tallahassee Community College middle infielder slash right-handed pitcher. That one also in the dirt. Makes it a full count. Shot. Baylors. 2 Baylor Bears here today for the power in the lineup. That one also looks like it could have been close, but it will just be a little inside. So Trey Bacon will get on via the walk. Again, that is the Muckdogs' first base runner of
first
the
base
night.
number 25, Joel Georger.
After facing this team this past Thursday and getting your first base runner in the bottom of the 9th inning after almost a near perfect game, that's got to feel a little bit better to hear in the 2nd inning, not be in that scenario of a perfect game. So here's Joe Georger, came up in a big spot last night in a pinch hit opportunity. Bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, 2 outs. He wasn't even warm. I don't think he really had any clue that he was coming into the game, which sucks on the preparation side of things. That one's hit on the ground to second baseman Marcelo, and that's going to be the end of the inning. So 0-0 is still your score. As 2 innings are now complete.
A huge shout out to our own
Starting pitchers, Andrew Carr,
purchasing tickets for children and adults in need to use all
having great
season.
performances
Let's make some noise
so
for
far.
HP Hood, the Big Red Team.
During this time, we'd like to thank the Tavidon's
Now,
Gaming,
once again, to welcome our famous Batavia team presented by the Most
The area's premier entertainment destination with great restaurants, events, and on-site hotel. Be sure to check them out at takedowngaming.com. Noah Hoy Chiropractic. This game is sponsored by Dr. Noah Hoy, the official team chiropractor of the Batavia Muckdogs, located at 184 Washington Avenue in Batavia. For an appointment, please call 585-343-9316. Starting things off here in the top of the third will be left fielder Alex Green from the University of Virginia. Schoolback Casey Southey will also be attending in the fall, so teammates. As the first pitch from Andrew Parr will be a ball. Power already with 3 hits so far. All coming in the last inning. However, with bases loaded, Andrew Parr got that ground ball he was looking for, and it was a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. That's a great off-speed pitch on the outer half for a strike. Again, both of these two teams currently sitting at 5-9. Do whatever they can as that one's hit up to the right side. And both Cam Conley and Spencer Marcus cannot come down and make the play, so staying alive in the at-bat will be the number 9 hitter for the Power, Alex Green. Green again, a guy that hasn't been here too long. He's also getting an opportunity here today is in 28 at-bats. He is just 3 for 28, so that's a 1.07 batting average. Expecting a little bit more out of him. Again, we have a very deep team. Some guys from schools from all over the country. 2-2 count after that one. It's a slider way outside. Ball gets the sign. He'll deliver home. That one, another slider, but this one misses high. These two teams will meet again this upcoming Wednesday in a doubleheader at Sal Magny Stadium. Doubleheaders in the PGCBL are both 7-inning games, so 14 innings of baseball. As that one looked in the same spot as he got a strike call early in the bat. However, this one is going to be a free pass to Green. Green reaches, now will be J.D. Rogers. Rogers again, another guy that really hasn't had the season that he's been looking for. However, getting another chance tonight. That one is a ball. Rogers, 5'10" lefty from Vanderbilt. They are still playing in the tournament with some of the guys that either were playing or redshirted. Not too sure of all the specifics, but if you're not on the active roster, I know that you can report to your summer league. And Rogers wasn't going to be in the plans to be playing in the College World Series. Might as well get some reps here. As the 2-0 is in there for a strike.
His name was Gordon. I can't remember.
Far this season, just 5 at-bats for Rogers in 2 games. So awaiting that first hit. The 2-1. Hit on the ground again. Taylor made double plays. The county will get 1. Connolly throws, and he will actually just hold on to it as Rogers was pretty speedy out of the box. So they will just get the lead runner for the first out. A fielder's choice.
Second baseman number 19, Noel Marcel.
Marcelo now. Second baseman grounded out to County. He's also had an extremely busy day so far. Out here in the inning now. Rogers takes his lead. That one's hit into the air out Marcus's way in right field. Marcus will grab it for the second out. Marcelo retired for the second time here today. We'll have a man
Center
at
field
first
number
base
6,
in
Cole
J.D. Rogers.
Wilson.
Here's Cole Gabrielson. We've also seen him be one of the 3 strikeout victims so far by far. That one hit off to the right side, but foul. After it was Joe Georgia realizing he couldn't make the play, so he pumps on the brakes. Again, a game that here today for the Muckdogs almost feels like a must-win. Just to get that monkey off your back, 4-game losing streak. Both of these teams tied up with the same record. And we were winning a game yesterday against the Power. It does feel like a must-win scenario. Tomorrow's game does not count. It'll be the second exhibition game against the Pios. Is downstairs. 1-1. Bart gets the sign from Fleming. He tries to throw over. That one actually really hit off J.D. Rogers, and he's one of probably the fastest guys I've seen so far in this league. Muckdogs, time and time again this season, have struggled with the throwovers to first base. I do find surprising because obviously you want to try your best to get out the runner, keep it close, nab him at first base, but you just want to get it on target. I feel like in this past maybe even 5 games, we've seen a lot of that. He does have a 1-2 count against Cole Gabrielson. Trying to focus on the batter now with a man on second in Rogers. The pitch. Check swung. They're going to say he went, and that'll be Gabrielson's second strikeout. And there is the Conor McGregor walk by Andrew Carr. Again, like I've said multiple times when he's been on the mound, if he is icing, he will let you know. Midway through the 3rd inning now, we'll have
at this time, we ask all retired and active military in attendance to please stand up. We thank you for your service and protecting our freedom. Throughout the season, we'll recognize military heroes during an on-field ceremony. If you know a military member who you feel should be recognized, call the Muckdog office at 524-2260. I want to send out a birthday shout-out to Elijah Martinez, son of manager Joey Martinez. He's 8 years old. Happy birthday, Elijah. It's the bottom of the third inning. Leading off for Batavia, batting eighth in the order, center fielder number 22, Trevor Dean.
Excuse me, and Trevor Dean now ready to go. In the bottom of the third inning. First pitch by Joey Schott will be a strike. As Mitch Fleming ready to go on deck as well with Ethan Fresca in the hole. One fouled away. Trevor Dean yesterday was in the game, would have been the man to come up with 2 outs. Bases loaded last night. The Muckdogs were down 3-2 in that one. A guy that had 3 hits against the Tarp Skunks just a few days prior at Russell E. Buford Park this past Wednesday, with 2 doubles and a single. So a great performance against that team, as that one's flared out to second, and jumping and making a great play is Noah Marcello. A heck of a play made by Skyline College infielder / outfielder. Just stole a hit away from Trevor Dean. Back to what I was saying about the San Diego, California native, player at Washington and Jefferson College. A guy that was expecting to be able to hit in that scenario, but with a side armor in the form of Matt Henson, decided that they were going to bring in Joe Georger, who was actually wearing his sweatshirt right before that, so it didn't really look like he knew that he was coming in either. And lo and behold, unfortunately for the Dogs, after Dean was substituted out for Georger, to be the 3rd strikeout of the inning and left the bases loaded down 1. It was a sky-high fly ball off to the left side. Calling off will be Green. The second out.
Batting 10th, third baseman number 26, Ethan Fresca.
Ethan Fresca now steps in. University of South Carolina Union. Play some second base, also play some third, and getting a chance here tonight as he's currently hitting .083 on the year in just 12 at-bats. First pitch swinging is Fresca. He hits it over to Marcello, and there is another 1-2-3 inning for the Baylor Bear.
No runner.
Shot.
Left on base.
This game is moving along as we are already a third of the way done with this one. Head into the top of the 4th inning, but before we do that, Ficarella's Pizza. Ficarella's of Batavia is where you can get your fix to satisfy your cravings for piping hot pizza, sumptuous subs, and mouth-watering wings. Every Friday, enjoy Ficarella's fabulous fish fry. And don't forget the fixed plate, fat wraps with all your favorite pasta dishes, and they have blueberry and raspberry barbecue sauce that tastes great on wings. So when you have a craving for delicious food, get your fix at Ficarella's Pizza on Liberty Street in Batavia. Tompkins Bank of Castile. Tompkins Bank of Castile is a community bank that was founded in 1869. They now have 15 offices in 6 counties across the western New York region. Services include complete lines of consumer deposit accounts and loans, business accounts and loans, and leasing. In addition, insurance is offered through an affiliate company, Tompkins Insurance Agencies. Wealth management, trust, and investment services provided through Tompkins Financial Advisors. We thank both Ficarella's Pizza and Tompkins Bank of Castile. I'm just going to like to take a quick drink, and I'll be back in just a second. Back here in the top of the fourth inning on YouTube Live with another Batavia Muckdog baseball broadcast. I'm Griffin Della Penna, bringing you through all the action throughout the 2021 season here in the PGCBL, regardless if we're at home here at Dwyer Stadium or on the road across New York. We'll be on the call bringing you all the action. Here is Scott Origin. Origin, the third baseman that we saw strike out in his first trip. Also a California guy from Valencia that attends Cal Poly University. That one is going to run in on Origin. You will get the free pass on the hit by pitch. Seems like a slider that just really had great over. Another base runner here tonight for the Power is stumbling out of the gates. Have been the Muckdogs with a little hangover from last night. Not too sure. But with Parr pitching as great as he is, you got to give him at least some run support. And in a situation where you're not even getting base runners on, maybe just stick to that at first and see what happens. 0-1 count with no outs. Man on first base is Scott Origin. Parr gets the sign. He will deliver home to Brock Ruby. Upstairs, Ruby has also went down on strikes here today. We have a beautiful day here at the ballpark on Father's Day. So if you're listening again, happy Father's Day. Coming to you, swung through is Ruby for the second strike of the AB. And here today, any fans in attendance that want to go down on the field and play catch with their dad, do that post game here today. Tonight's DH in the 1-2, swung through yet again. And Parr with another tag.
Catcher number 29, Nick Balsamo.
Cole Anderson and Brock Rudy, who are 2 and 4 in the Power lineup, being retired twice via the strikeout. The guy that did get on base, however, and was the first hit of the night for the Power is up to bat now Nick Balsamo, Baylor Bear. Another throw over, great tag. Quickly going back will be Origin. Just got back in town. Let's see if Parr can get another ground ball, softly hit, turn the double play. Over the plate for a strike to start off the AB. Balsamo so far. Guys at the top of the statistical category in terms of average as he takes the second strike there. Balsamo hitting .381, 8 for 21 here with 3 RBIs and 5 walks, only striking out 1 time. The guy that really focuses on putting the ball in play is Balsamo. The other guys in front of him are Canisius College Golden Griff, Vinny Chirenza, who I tried everything in my power to get to play for the Muckdogs, but he's a Niagara Falls guy. Just wanted to stay at home. Vinny Morrow and then Ginny Ortiz are the 3 other Niagara Power players that are above Balsamo in terms of average. Balsamo does stay alive there, makes it 1 and 2, with 1 out and a man on first base. That pitch hit hard on the ground to Cam Connolly. That one's going to go 5-hole as it was hit on the screws, but that's one that you have to just at least put your glove on the dirt. Not too sure, as didn't really come off on a hop, just kind of stayed consistent on the grass and then also going to the dirt. That's going to be the Muckdogs' second error.
First baseman number 17, Will Carlo.
4:05 start game. It actually started at 4:09, but you get my point. There'll be 2 men on, 1 out. That could have been the inning-ending double play. However, the 2 men on with the first baseman Will Carlone at the dish. After the E4, here is Carlone. Carlone. I don't actually know what college he attends. On my roster, it does not say. That one will be gloved by Spencer Marcus. Tagging will be the lead runner in Scott Origin, and he will be there in time. So now there'll be runners on the corners with 2 outs after the sac fly
Number 12, Casey
by Will Carlone. Sure with the lady that was hit by the ball earlier in the night, if everything's okay over there. But back to the action. There are runners on the corners. That first pitch to Casey Sauke, who also had a hit, as Balsano, Carlone, and Sauke all had base knocks in the second before the inning-ending double play hit by the man on deck, Tyler Hoy. So Sauke trying to get go-ahead run home. So far this year, Sauke put in 3 at that. I don't believe that's right, because he did have 2 hits against us. A little confused there. It says that he hasn't picked up a hit so far this year, as that one stung into center field. Going after it will be the center fielder, Trevor Dean, and yet again, Andrew Barr has his scoreless inning streak still intact. After 4 innings, racing his total to 14 on the year. Barr does not let up a run, so he's really Muckdogs trying to muster up something in the bottom half of the inning. As back to the top of the lineup, and Conley, Tony, and Spencer Marcus 2 up first for the Muckdogs. Cam Connolly is ready to go in the bottom of the 4th inning. Continuously, Andrew Barr has gotten out of jams so far in this one. He heads it over to the bats yet again. He's still to pick up the first run in this one. The score is still tied at 0-0. With the top of the Muckdogs lineup 2 up first. That one is hit softly, and a nice play made by Casey Sauke. to retire Connolly, as that one really almost went up the middle, hit softly by Connolly, but out number one.
Number 5, Charlie Ciccone.
Here's Charlie Ciccone from University of Wisconsin South. From Palos Heights, Illinois. He's also first pitch swinging. That one will be fouled away. County did ground out to the third baseman Scott Origin in his first trip. It's Joey Schott's turn to answer par and have another scoreless inning here. As throughout the year we've seen kind of the downfall of the Muckdogs and a lot of their losses be the pitching, especially from the bullpen. But here in the last few games, in some low-scoring affairs, they've eliminated the crooked numbers that they have found themselves putting up on the scoreboard. Now the only problem is that the offense isn't doing what it was doing in those losses. There's a lot of them, 10-6 losses, 9-7, 12-10. Now, you're not finding yourself in that situation, but the bats still have to be alive. And that's something that they're trying to do right here, as it is a 2-2 count. Fanned on and missed by Charlie Ciccone for the second out.
Right field number 29, Spencer Marcus.
Something that I just realized that I'm actually pretty impressed about is that is only Joey Schott's first strikeout of the ballgame. Really suspect that, with him doing as great as he is, that he's at least getting some punch outs. But the Muckdogs are doing a good job putting the ball in play. They have been multiple times throughout the year, especially even last night, in a situation where all you needed to do really was to put the ball in play. They had 3 straight strikeouts. So shots day will be done. The Baylor Bear goes 3 2/3 scoreless, allowing one base runner in the form of Trey Bacon. Still trying to get his legs under him in this short season. Only his third appearance so far this year, so shot, nice day for him. The new pitcher to face Spencer Marcus, still trying to await the number. Nine. Going to be Cameron Gallardo, who we saw here last Thursday in relief, trying to have the combined perfect game. A little short. Top of the 9th inning, Daniel Burley hit a ball over to Southie at third, and Southie just kind of missed it. Was called a hit, so that took away not just the perfect game, but also the no-hitter. Yep, Richard, I appreciate that. I was twiddling some things today and got it to work. So again, I appreciate you guys. Yesterday was not ideal, and I made sure, and maybe that's the top of my priority list here today, that was not going to be an issue here as well. Gallardo from Madrid, California.
Sophomore now pitching for number 32, Cameron Gallardo. Gallardo now pitching for the Power.
One base runner so far for the Dogs. That's on his walk. And Gallardo trying to close off that last performance that he had against the Muckdogs after letting up not just the first base runner for the Dogs, but actually Joe Georgia hit a ball way over the center fielder's head. It actually was not Gabriel Stone after looking back. He was playing center, and it was Nathan Manning, who was playing extremely shallow. Really all of the Niagara Power outfielders were, because they weren't really getting too much action out their way. Joe Georgia had a 2 RBI triple with his family in attendance. So pretty cool. That one is smoked by Spencer Marcus. And Spencer Marcus, after going 0 for his last 10, The first pitch from Cameron Gallardo will be ripped past Scott Origin. Just like that, the Muckdogs had the first hit. Nice one. Now Abner Benitez trying to pass it along. He actually kind of awake the Muckdogs bench a little bit.
Well, I got to run it in.
Is the corner outfielder from Alabama State. His first pitch from Gallardo will be low. We did see some command issues with Gallardo this past Thursday. Marcus will take his lead, a guy with plus speed at first. The pitch home, one swung, and back-to-back singles for the Muckdogs. Spencer Marcus will be going to third. It is cut off, and Spencer Marcus slides in. So Abner Benitez will keep things rolling here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. A little two-out rally here for them.
Designated hitter right, Jerry Reinhardt.
Now it's Jerry Reinhardt's turn. Now starting to sway in favor of the Muckdogs, but Gallardo, as we have seen Parr do a lot so far today, is get out of those jams. Parr with the bases loaded, he's got out of that. This same exact situation in the top half of the inning did as well. Jerry Reinhardt just a little ahead on that one. It'd be a strike. Is the Akron Zip that's currently hitting 250 on the year. And get double-digit RBIs. That one's a back pick over to Benitez. He will get back in time. It's 1-1. With 2 outs. Trey Bacon, the extra hitter, on deck. 1-1 count with runners on the corners. Both Marcus and Benitez with singles. That one's going to get away from the catcher, Nick Belsano. Easily scoring will be Spencer Marcus. That's going to get some cheers here in front of the home crowd. Runs across, and the Muckdogs are on the board. Count is 2-1. With now Abner Benitez in scoring position after both runners advanced on the dirt ball by Gallardo. Here's another pitch that almost got away from Belsano as well. Runs it up to 3-1. Steps back on with Reinhardt now in the box. In a full count, his last trip kind of hit a soft grounder out to first baseman Will Carwell, who I'm being told is from VCU as well. That pitch on the outside corner, called for a strike. Both Tyler Coy and Will Carlone both attend VCU. Niagara Power, basically utility knife. Or Swiss Army knife, I should say, Patrick, who gave me that little tidbit of information. But we'll have a payoff pitch here by Gallardo. That pitch fanned on by Reinhardt. It was in the dirt. The throw by the catcher, Nick Belsano, will be in time to get Reinhardt. So, Reinhardt doesn't hit a home, but a run still does cross, as there was a wild pitch by the reliever, Cameron Gallardo, after Joey's shot today was complete. Muckdogs, even though they only had 2 hits in this one, are on the board, as they are now up 1-0. We'll be back in just a minute. the extra hitter, Tyler Coy, is going to get things underway here in the first pitch of the 5th inning. The Muckdogs now up 1-0. Andrew Parr, after talking to him yesterday, he said, Griff, I'm going to go as long as I possibly can in the start. I've seen him 2 days ago as he came in just for 1 inning. This has been the plan all along. The rotation now kind of going with Nathan Hinckley, giving the ball to giving the ball to Nate Hinckley. We're going to have bullpen days. That one smoked on the ground by Coy for a single. But Hinckley, a bullpen day with Death and McGrath kind of being the opener. Giving it to Blair Frederick, Julian Machado, and now it's, yes, Andrew Parr. We'll see if that rotation will stay the same or not, with some other pitchers expected to be reporting hopefully sooner rather than later. The more pitching, the better. The lead-off single. Here is Alex Green. First pitch will be a ball upstairs. That was really the first barrel that the Power had found off Parr so far today. This pitch, that one off-speed changeup in there for a strike. Hot and humid day here at Dwyer Stadium on Father's Day. Way early on. Kind of saw that one off. Barely went anywhere. The midday afternoon game here on a Sunday. Pretty good crowd here at Dwyer Stadium with another home game tomorrow night on Monday. Big swing and a miss, and Green will be retired here in the 5th. For the first out.
Right fielder, number 33, J.D. Rogers.
Already Parr with 6 strikeouts already. Will be the speedy J.D. Rogers. Put his speed on display, beating out that double play as well as taking a second after the throwaway by Parr. Great frame there by catcher Mitch London to get that ball low in the zone, called for a strike. Now here is Parr, yet again in a big spot, trying to get out of this unscathed. In the pitch, that one way outside, and that one's to get the lead runner in Tyler Coy to second base. Somebody in the crowd just said, you got to catch that ball. I mean, unless he's Spider-Man, I'm not too sure if that's going to be a guaranteed catch every time. As that one just, you can tell right out of the hand, Parr lost the grip on it. And now with a runner at second, that one's hit softly on the ground. Cam Connolly does come up with it, and wow, that was a pretty close play at first base. Rogers again showing his speed, but he will move the runner to third base. Score is 1-0 in favor of Batavia, but again, the runner just 90 feet away. Andrew Parr is going to basically walk all the way out to the second base bag, get himself fired up. He's walking and talking to himself. You see that Craig Kimbrell-esque stare at the mound to get the sign. His first pitch to the leadoff man, Noah Marcello, will be a strike. So he'll take a turn around and get back on the rubber. Marcello has been retired 2 times. There's a great slider to make it over 2 already. Man on third in an 0-2 count. Here's Parr yet again trying to get out of a jam. Had 15 straight scoreless innings to start out the year. That one will be spoiled. Count is stay at 0-2. Carr again getting set. He is absolutely locked in right now. Here's the pitch by Parr, the 0-2. That one again fouled away by Marcelo. Skyline College, originally from Redwood City, California. And the pitch again by Parr. That one is hammered into the outfield, but Trevor Dean will come up and get it. He'll take a point from Morrison thanks to the center fielder who has to come in on the line drive. And that'll be 15 innings in a row for Parr, not allowing a run there. The score will still be in favor of the Muckdogs. They are now up 1-0 with Trey Bacon, Joe Georgia, and Trevor Dean due up first. And with Trey Bacon due up first here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, the Muckdogs did put 1 run on the scoreboard in the 4th. First pitch by Gallardo will be a ball. To answer your question, Richard, I believe so. What I had to do was basically open up one of the cameras on, or excuse me, one of the microphones on the camera. So that's why I had to. And that was a hot shot, Gallardo. That ball went right over his glove. Trey Bacon will reach safely for the 2nd time. But back to what I was saying. Why now that camera mic is being picked up and is getting some of the background noise as well, I thought that that would be a better alternative than adding a fuzzy mic. So again, getting an audio board in the coming days, and that will be so much easier for me to control the sounds throughout the throughout the stadium, as well as myself calling these games. So with the headset mic that I currently have, I don't think that there is a way that my mic can be backwards, but again, hopefully this can all be done in the coming days. But Trey Bacon's leadoff single now has Joe Georgia up, grounded out to second base in his first trip. That pitch catches the outside corner, so now quickly the count is 0-2. As the pitcher from Reedley College, Cameron Gallardo, finds himself ahead in this one. Trey Bacon takes his lead. He does have a good amount of speed at first base. Joe Georgia checks swing there. Say he did not go. They're going to give the appeal down. They're going to say that he goes. That's a very tough call for the base ump that is standing at second base to make because you can't really see him cross the plane. Joe Georgia wasn't a fan of the call, and neither was Skip Martinez. First out. Dean now stepping in, makes that nice line drive catch to keep the Muckdogs on top in this one. Let's see what he can do with the bat here. Trey Bacon with a pretty good-sized lead over there at first base. Fakes a throw over. Now here is Trevor Dean. Hitting 286, a very good season so far for the platoon outfielder. That was Sterling Turman kind of re-aggravating his injury with that hamstring. As he said before the day, he felt like he was at a 10 out of 10 and was at about an 8 out of 10 after running out of the box. 1-1 here to Trevor Dean. Again, a throw over to keep Bacon occupied at first base. Trevor Dean and then Mitch Fleming. Look over by Gallardo. This time he will deliver home. That pitch low for a ball. We see one arm getting warmed up in the Niagara pen, as well as it looks like Nate Novia being the next guy to come in if Andrew Parr will have to come out at some point in the near future. The 1-1, that pitch swung on and missed off speed by Trevor Dean. One and two count now to today's center fielder. Might be getting a lot more looks at center field between him and Christian Robinson if Sterling Turman misses some more times. That is a big loss for the Muckdogs. It's the 1-2 now. That one again hit into the gap. That's going to have some runners go. And the right fielder now picks that one up. J.D. Rogers and Trevor Dean with an opposite field single. So showing what he can do is Trevor Dean. A great example.
36,
down
Mitch Fleming.
towards the bottom half of the lineup there, as just like last inning with now one out instead of two.
Bonus today for the kids run. Fathers are invited to join their children in the kids run. So Dan, if you want to run with your kids, you are more than welcome because it's Father's Day.
Trevor Dean now making it another situation for the Muckdogs with runners on the corners. Instead of 2 outs though, just have one, which makes it even better. Here is big Mitch Fleming from Batavia University. He was retired in his first trip to the plate. That one swung through for a strike. Fleming trying to come up big here. So far on the campaign, Fleming is hitting 188 and 16 at-bats. Did have a home run, so has 5 RBIs. That one in the dirt, not swung at. Bacon at third, and at first, Trevor Dean, that just had the Muckdogs' third hit of the night. Excuse me, fourth hit after Bacon's as well. Both of these teams knotted up at 4 hits apiece. Bottom half of the lineup really producing for the Dogs. It's great to see. Let's see what Fleming can do as that one fouled back. Fleming getting a lot more playing time with some catchers that are banged up. There's Mortellaro did get the start last night. Had a good defensive game, had a great catch right by the Muckdogs dugout that he went all out for, and had an RBI double as well. Which Fleming kind of being that platoon guy with Joe Battaglia out for the time being with a lower knee injury. Hopefully that'll get squared away sooner rather than later because he's a great defensive catcher as well as a great bat to have in the lineup. Having an appointment tomorrow to kind of see what the timetable is for him. As the runner will go, and Dean, he will slide, he is out, and the runner will come home, however. So a nice little lead play there with sacrificing the man at second to get a run home. So the Muckdogs, after Bacon was safe at the plate, will be up 2-0. So the count is now full after the ball high to Mr. Fleming. With 2 outs in the inning after Trevor Dean almost got there in time. Nice jump for him, but in that situation, I feel like you almost got to give the guy like an RBI. He did what he could to bring home the lead runner. The Muckdogs are in a great position here to not just be in the lead, but also to hopefully create this bigger deficit. We've seen multiple times throughout the year that when the Muckdogs do have a lead, they tend to give it right back. So here's the full count. That one skied, but late foul on to Bank Street. Getting back in the box will be Mitch Fleming. And great at bat for him. Another 3-2 from Gallardo. That one will be swung on and missed. So that'll be 5 innings in the books. The Muckdogs do tack on another run. They're second in 2 innings. They find themselves up 2-0 in this one. We'll see if Andrew Carr will be back on the mound. But it is time for the Grand Corporation Kids Run. All the kids are out of the floodgates. So we'll be back in just a minute with more Batavia Muckdog action here at Dwyer Stadium. And pardon me for that, is first batter through in the top of the 6th inning. Cole Gabrielson will line out for the first out. Andrew Carr still on the mound. He does have 5 scoreless innings so far. Here in this one, he gets the first out right there. So here's the number 3 hitter in the power lineup, Scott Origin. That first one is a slider inside that just misses. Here is Andrew Parr, the pitcher from Andrews College. That one will be in there for a strike. And it is really great to see Parr have so much success here in this league, because in his freshman year at Andrews, he had some times where he was extremely successful, but some other outings where he didn't do as well. So some inconsistency at the JUCO level. Still, some great baseball down there in Georgia. Now coming up to a league with a lot of great Division I talent. He's diced some guys up, really showing what he's made of. As the 1-2 will be low. Already has had some local Division I schools like Niagara University looking at the right-hander, as it is well-deserved. Is the 2-2 with 1 out to Scott Origin. That one hit over to Ethan Fresca at third. The first ball hit to him today. And a nice strong throw by Fresca to get the second out.
Designated hitter number 8, Brock Rudy.
Brock Rudy, who has struck out twice here today. A Utah U, Brock Rudy. That first one, big swing and miss by Brock. Muckdogs now up 2-0. It's the time later in the game where you do want to tack on some more, but you also want to make sure that you're not giving the opponent in the power any chance to get some more. So you got to limit the walks. That's number 1, and that's something that they have really struggled as a staff doing so far this year. Limit the walks and also just play clean baseball. Right now they do have 2 errors after a throwaway by Carr on a pickoff attempt, and then Cam Connolly with a routine ground ball. So now that they have those out of the way, they have to make sure from here on out that they're not giving them any opportunity to get back in this game. Because we have seen that multiple times this year. They end up beating themselves. With this being such a crucial game, not just in the standings in terms of positional seeding, just as great for their confidence, and also to have that feeling of winning again, as there is the third strikeout for Brock Rudy and another Conor McGregor ball. 6 scoreless innings for Andrew Carr. Muckdogs are up 2-0 heading into the bottom half of the 6th inning. Back as Fresca and Connolly and Forest County will be the first 3 up. bottom of the sixth inning.
Let's hear it for the
Powell
finisher, number 26, Ethan Fresca.
will have their third pitcher here tonight as Chandler Giles from Delta College. Again, the same school that the left-hander Ben Miller, who we all remember from Thursday night, that had a perfect 7 innings of work. Teammates at Delta. The first man he will face is Ethan Fresca. So far this year, Giles has pitched 7 innings and has a 9 ERA with 11 runs and 7 of them earned. That one's a chopper over to the left side, and that ball is dropped. Will Carlone kind of pulled his head on it. You can kind of tell that he was not having his eye on the ball. That's going to be a costly error. Ethan Fresca reaching on.
Number 15, Cameron Conley.
So a silly mistake to start out the inning. But now we go back to the top of the lineup with Cam Connell. Fresca with a pretty big lead. They looked like they were going to bunt. Now he pulls back. Ball 1. So now in a 1-0 count, here's Cameron Conley. That one fouled away. As I do believe that Andrew Parr's day will be done. He will have a 6 scoreless inning stat line, just allowing 4 hits. A whole lot of strikeouts as he finished his day with 7. Once again fouled away by Conley. But it looks like in the Muckdog pen down the left field line that AJ Winger is the only guy that's throwing and currently active, so I believe that he will be the guy to start out the 7th inning for Batavia. The 1-2 count. Fresca takes the lead. That one goes up and in on Cam Conley. He will get the free pass. Now it's Charlie Stern.
Shortstop, number 5, Charlie
Only now up. Clubhouse manager Eric Lozicki throws 2 balls over to our umpire, and we're ready to go. There are no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. A great situation again for the Dogs to apply a little more pressure and just get a bigger lead, because we have seen sometimes a no lead safe. There's a great one down the line by Saccone, and they're going to be safe. A beautiful bunt down the 3rd baseline. He tried to do that earlier in the game, but it was foul. Origin has got caught sleeping and flat-footed, playing way back there. And Saccone with the infield bunt hit. Now it'll be Ethan Fresca and
number 20,
Conley
Spencer
second.
Hernandez.
Saccone at first. And again, that brings me back to what I said, how that's such a costly error that early in the beginning, just for the preface of, you could have had 1 out at least if Ethan Fresca was retired, and now he's just 90 feet away from scoring. So now Spencer Marcus, that ball went off the glove of Balsano, and that will be a number 1 for the Dogs. So out of the 3 Muckdog runs here today, none of them have actually been RBI opportunities. All of them have been, 2 of them have been pass balls, and then 1 was on a 3rd and 1st play where they basically gave up Trevor Dean to score the 2nd run of the game. That will be a pass ball on Balsano to score Fresca. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position with the infield still in. 2-0 count. The number 3 hitter in the Muckdog lineup. Spencer Marcus did rip a ball past Origin in his last AB, and currently where he's standing, get through yet again. The pitch, that one, and that's going to get down as that's a little looper into the outfield, scoring 1. Carlos County didn't break stride. He's coming home, and he's going to be safe. So there's a 2-run single for Spencer Marcus. After, again, going 0 for 10, he comes right back and gets back-to-back hits. And there's 2 runs again on the scoreboard as the Muckdogs are now up in this one 5-0.
Left fielder number 21, Abner Benitez.
5-0 and still no outs. And it feels good. Back with a substantial lead, something that we really haven't had here in Batavia for a few games now. Here's Abner Benitez, again, a guy that has a lot of room, and that one again pulls his head. The Baylor catcher, Nick Belzano, just compounded errors here for the Power, and if you're head coach Stu Peterson, you have to be absolutely furious with your team for what they have done so far this inning, as they have completely just blown up. Will be called a strike, so the count will be 1-1 to Benitez. And I'm not sure if they have watched Benitez play this year, but the pull that they are currently giving him is a whole lot of real estate for a left-handed hitter that loves to pull the ball, as he will try to do that there, but it's foul. Little infield is playing extremely close to the bag with Spencer Marcus at second base. Not giving themselves a whole lot of range either. Is the cleanup hitter tonight, Abner Benitez. Get another RBI on the season. There's the pitch. The outside. After those 2 RBIs for Spencer Marcus, that brings his season total to 13. And Benitez, if he could get Marcus to come around and score, he would have 9. Time is called by Abner, a Miami, Florida native. Muckdogs tack on 3 more since 1 run in the 4th inning. They've scored at least 1 run since then in each inning, as that one swung on and missed by Benitez for the first out. Nice pitch by Giles. Benitez is retired. Bring it up. Reinhardt also went down the K in his last 8. 0-2 today. That one runs up and hits Reinhardt in the arm. So 2 hit-by pitches so far this inning, and the wheels are starting to fall off here for the Power in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 6, Ray Hagan.
Trey Bacon was 1 for 1, but has reached base twice. Now here is Trey Bacon. Bacon in the lefty's batter's box. That one's hit on the ground over to Marcelo. They get 1 at second. The speedy Bacon will be out as well. So the Muckdogs do put up 3 runs in the top of that 6th inning and now have a pretty wide 5-0 lead. Andrew Carr's day again is done. And coming in to pitch now will be A.J. Winger for the Muckdogs. And now A.J. Winger is ready to go. As the Muckdogs in the bottom of the 6th inning put up 3 runs on the scoreboard. Now there will be a 1-1 count with the bullpen arm, the side armor, A.J. Winger, coming in to relieve Andrew Parr, who threw 6 scoreless innings. And he had 7 strikeouts, just allowing 4 hits. Very impressive stuff for the Andrew College reliever, slashing out starter, I guess you could say. A.J. Winger pitches at Texas Southern University. His stuff from his arm angle is absolutely gross. Pitch by Winger, that one just outside. So the full count now to Nick Balsano, who struggled a little bit with going off the leather. The ball in his mitt, as there were a few pass balls in the last inning alone by Balsano. That one's hit on the ground, out in the hole by Sakowny. He will throw an absolute dart, and a nice play made by Charlie Sakowny. That ball was a backhander, had no time to take a few steps and throw, just kind of set his feet and let it eat.
First base number 17, Will Carlon.
So Winger gets ground out in his first batter faced here in this one. Here is Will Carlon. He is only 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. After the foul ball, that pitch will hit Carlon right in the middle of the back. Sawkey up to bat. He also has had 1 hit so far today. One of the 4 for the power. 3 of them all came in the 2nd inning. Winger now trying to get a double play ball. Get out of this inning and go into the 7th inning stretch. We have a second. It kind of looks like one not felt the greatest for Carlon. He's going to come off, and I don't know if we're going to have a pinch runner or there's a lot of confusion in the Niagara Power dugout as the first base coach just kind of helped walk him off. I guess he had to grab something, and we're going to have a pinch runner, and that runner will be Aaron Greenfield.
Manager, attention, please, now pinch running for the Niagara Power, number 1, Aaron Greenfield.
See if Greenfield
not
as
pinch
an
running.
outfielder is also going to play first base in the next inning. Last time these 2 teams played was the leadoff hitter. Here's Casey Sawkey. The pitch by Winger, that one hit on the ground. Flipped over to Cameron Conley for 1 and for 2, and another double play here for the Muckdogs. A.J. Winger comes in, and that is a big double play. It's right the stretch here in Batavia on Father's Day here at Dwyer Stadium. As the Batavia Muckdogs are up still in this one 5-0. Back after the stretch and the out.
Today we're looking
Ball
at
game
the
is played.
Fisher Bernhardt family singing towards
Georgia,
We're also
Trevor Keane, and Mitch
recognizing the
Fleming.
Bernhardt family's first Muckdog game. So let's hear
Having a
out to the
pitcher.
ball game.
And after taking me out to the ball game was played, we have another pitcher for the Power as Giles Day was done after letting up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. We will have Ethan Hurt in the game now. He is from Tucson, California, and attends Mercy College.
Joe Georgia.
So the pitcher from Mercy College now in the game for the Power. Seems like everybody's just got to get a minute from here on out. Here is the Appleton, Wisconsin native, Joe Georgia. Let's see if he can get his first hit of the ball game. He is currently 0 for 2. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, you're on YouTube Live. The pitch, that one outside to start out the AB to Georgia. It's back in the box. Let's see what he can do here as it will be Georgia, Dean, and Fleming in a 2-0 count. Muckdogs scored their first run of the game back in the 4th. Only 1 more in the 5th, and then 3 back in the 6th. As Niagara still yet to score a run. They have left 6 men on the base paths. Something that we know very well here in Batavia. That was our kryptonite at the beginning of the year with one of those high-scoring ball games with the bullpen not being as reliable as we've seen so far in the past few games, and definitely here today. Winger, he hits Carlone in the back, but the next pitch, Casey Southkey gets an again a double play. So quick rebound. That one looked outside, but called for a strike against Georgia to make it full. Those are just the situations where we're used to seeing the wheels kind of fall off a little bit. But so far, that has not been the case. 3-2 count, no outs. The pitch, low. So regardless if that last one was a ball or not, doesn't matter because Georgia will be standing on first base after the leadoff walk.
Center fielder number 22, Trevor Dean.
Is Trevor Dean had that single in his last AB, and with runners on the corners, kind of was kamikaze of sorts, I guess. Just gave himself up at second base to bring home Bacon to make it a 2-0 ball game. Dean this time is going to put down a bunt, and this team, so far this year, they really have struggled with putting bunts down in situations where Skip Martinez wants them to. Saw it last night as well. When bases were loaded, you're going to do a little suicide squeeze to at least bring home the game time run. Even in that spot, they just couldn't get that bunt down. That one, big swing and a miss. That ball was a lively fastball by Kurt. Counts 0-2 with nobody out. The pitch, that one again swung through. So Trevor Dean, we're saying was a foul tip. Nonetheless, being out after Dean's strikeout.
The catcher number 36, Mitch Fleming.
Mitch Fleming struck out his last trip in the 5th. Fleming drafted at the top of the order. The pitch by Hurt will be outside. Leading off at first base is Joe Georgia in a 5-0 ball game. Muckdogs still trying to add a few more to their pretty comfortable lead at this point in time. One fouled away off to the right side by Fleming. He just finished up his sophomore year at Batavia. To increase that batting average right here. That one swung through by Fleming. 1-2 is Ethan hurt. Making the Muckdogs hurt so far as he's done pretty good after that leadoff walk. It is now 1-2 as he settles in. He comes home. That one sky rocketed into right field. Just after it will be the right fielder Rogers, and he will make the play.
Third baseman number 26, Ethan Fresca.
Big team guy, always a lot of high energy. Some games you can hear him chirping the opposing team. He's got some pretty good material as well. Has some fans here cheering him on. Not too sure if it's family members or what, but he's from Land O'Lakes, Florida, so I probably doubt it. Still a fan favorite. The man on first here is Frasca. USC Union, Division I JUCO. The 0-1, that one he yanked, and we see the flow that Hurt has.
You guys staple that hat on.
That is a whole lot of hair on the head of Hurt. We'll settle back in. Joe Georgia takes his lead. The pitch swung through by Frasca. Really popping the glove too. You can't tell the difference when you're up here, the change in velocity. So I've always been interested. I wish we could have a gun here in the stadium that could see some of the velos. But the 1-2 count. Frasca. Fouled away, out of play. From what I was told, there are some scouts here in attendance tonight. That's the beauty of the PGCBL. A lot of these guys are more under the radar with a team like Batavia. Some raw talent. You never know. It's great to keep tabs on guys. That one will be upstairs, but also to keep tabs on them throughout the season and check back in with them. See how they're doing. Two outs. Is Ethan Frasca. Georgia standing on first base. And pitch by Hurt. That one skyrocketed into center field. Chasing after it is the center fielder Gabrielson, and that will retire the side. So the first inning since the fourth that the Muckdogs have not put any runs on the scoreboard. The score will stay at 5-0. You see AJ Winger go back there on the mound in the 8th inning. And the Muckdogs trying to stay back on top. Go to 6 and 9. Go to a break, we will play some of our sponsors. Again, Take It Down Gaming, Picarella's Pizza, Alex's Place, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Nova Holy Chiropractic, Thompson's Bank of Castile, United Memorial Medical Center, and New York 529 College Savings. Thank you for supporting your hometown Batavia Muckdogs. With A.J. Winger still on the mound, he will face the number 8 hitter in the power lineup, Tyler Coy here. The first pitch will be swung on and hit over Connolly's way. He will glove it, throw it over, and there is a quick first out. A.J. Winger, again, guy with great stuff, and gets a lot of soft contact from sidearm, three-quarter arm slot. Here's Alex Green. Green has reached on a fielder's choice. That one's hitting the hole. Counting gloves, and he throws it over. And oh, they pound him out. What a play by Charlie Saccone. As he has had a absolutely impressive day at short, and he adds on it right there with a ball deep in the hole. And he gloves it and gets the out. So we'll see what goes on here, as it seems like A.J. Winger's grooving. You just have one more out here in the 8th inning and go get the bats again for the last time if the lead stays the same way that it does. And it looks like they are going to bring in the reliever. Looks like. And now it looks like Kyle O'Neill is still throwing. He was going to come in to pitch, but I don't know if he's ready. And now he is ready. Kyle O'Neill will be on as A.J. Winger throws 1 2/3. Now this is the Felician University right-hander to pick up where Winger left off. Interesting position as Martinez and O'Neill are having a heart-to-heart here. Today's his turn. Winger finally gives him the ball. And we'll see O'Neill on the mound. Again, Winger, impressive. 1 2/3, allowing just 1 base run. Wow. Thank again some of our sponsors, Batavia Downs Gaming. Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel features great restaurants, including the Burning Barrel Barbecue, Fortune's Italian Steakhouse, and the Little Bat Blue Zone at 34 Road. Food and fun, just how you want it done. Figarella's Pizza. Figarella's of Batavia is where you can get your fix to satisfy your cravings for piping hot pizza, sumptuous subs, and mouth-watering wings. Every Friday, enjoy Figarella's fabulous chicken fry. Don't forget the fixed plate, fat wraps, and all your favorite pasta dishes. And they have blueberry and raspberry barbecue sauce that tastes great on wings. When you have that crazy, full, delicious food, get your fix at Figarella's Pizza on Liberty Street in Batavia. Tompkins Bank of Pascal. Tompkins Bank of Pascal was a community bank that was founded in 1869. They now have 15 offices in 6 counties across the western New York region. Services include complete lines of consumer deposit accounts and loans, business accounts and loans, and leasing. In addition, insurance is offered through an affiliate company, Tompkins Insurance Agencies. Wealth management, trust, and investment services provided through Tompkins Financial Advisors. Noah Hoy Chiropractic. Noah Hoy Chiropractic. This game is sponsored by Dr. Noah Hoy, the official team chiropractor of the Batavia Muckdogs, located at 184 Washington Avenue in Batavia. For an appointment, please call 585-343-93.
And your attention, please. Now pitching for Batavia, number 31, Kyle O'Neill.
All that
Kyle pitching
will be
for your Batavia Muckdogs.
Third pitcher for the Dogs today. O'Neill in action 3 times, just 3-handed third, giving up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So currently hitting a 10.80 ERA. Wants to lower that in this one. As coming into his 5th appearance today, A.J. Winger now has 8 complete innings. Has allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. And that 2.84 ERA is definitely going to be lower than it was to start the day after a scoreless innings and 2/3. Here is the number 10 man, J.D. Rogers, trying to get his first hit of the season. Vanderbilt Commodore product. Here in the top of the 8th inning. The new pitcher in the form of Kyle O'Neill. That pitch also outside. No, Rogers. And the pitch, one also outside. O'Neill attends Felician University in New Jersey. His fellow teammate Michael Floridas also plays at Felician. Nice Division II school. Will also be ball. So 4 pitches, not even loading in his swing was Rogers, and he has walked for the 2nd time here today.
Second baseman number 19,
Sounds
Noah
and
Marcelo.
Power will have the top of the lineup, as there are still a good amount of fans here in attendance here on Father's Day. The Muckdogs trying to snap that losing skid that is currently at 4 games. At 5-5, had a nice exhibition win against Elmira almost a week ago, this past Monday. Since then, went on a 2-game road trip. Elmira and Jamestown, the 2 top teams in the division. Since then, just really haven't been that same team with all the momentum that they possessed at the time. And O'Neill throws his first strike after 5 balls. Marcelo, the infielder slash outfielder from Skyline College. The pitch, also high. These are the times when you're in a 5-0 game and you give the ball to O'Neill with 2 outs, obviously for a reason, to have him in a little bit of a pressure situation and make him get out of it. They could have easily kept the winger in the game, and he could have, based off how he was throwing, gotten out of that inning unscathed. But his confidence through his appearance today is obviously doing fine. A guy like O'Neill, maybe this is the right spot for him to come in with. That one, all the way, that bat almost hits clubhouse manager Eric Mozicki and Joe Martinez, as that bat flew right out of the hands of Noah Marcelo. He's asking for some pine tar, maybe something, as that bat just flew right out of his hands. He's trying to get some. Yes, Eric says, nope, not going to give you any. So Marcelo with the slippery hands here. And a 2-2 count with 2 outs. A man on first. The pitch by O'Neill, and he gets the strikeout to end the inning. Kyle O'Neill comes in a big spot. Strikes out the leadoff in Marcelo. Muckdogs have the last up of the game here in the bottom of the 8th. If the score stays the same, with the top of the lineup to up first, Cam Connolly, Tony Ciccone, and Spencer Moss. Chavez comes into the game. He will be a rising senior at St. Mary's College. And his first pitch to leadoff hitter Cam Connolly, that's going to be over the head of Aaron Greenfield. They're going to tell him to go. Cam Connolly now speedy to second base. That ball was cut off, and it was a leadoff double as that one also got away from the cutoff man. And good back up there by the left fielder, Alex Green, making sure that Connolly doesn't go to third base as well, but a nice leadoff double by Cam Connolly. So Connolly's big double. Let's see if Ciccone can get something going here.
Hey fans, it's the shortstop, number 5, Charlie Ciccone.
We're getting a lot of cheers here today. After the base hit bunt, this last trip now has a lefty on lefty matchup here. First pitch will be a slider in there for a strike. I'm actually a big fan of our home plate umpire zone here tonight. He's done a great job. Just wanted to commend him for that. This is the next pitch for Ciccone. That one will be a ball. Muckdogs trying to tack on another one with a 5-0 lead already. The number 2 hitter in the Muckdog lineup at the plate. That one hit over to the right side. Marcelo makes a nice play from his knees. Will get the out. And Cam Connolly makes his way to third. Nice approach there by Ciccone to
Right fielder number 29, Spencer Marcus.
Now here is Spencer Marcus. That's back to his old ways. He had the 2 RBI single. Only 2 RBIs that have been credited throughout this ball game. He is on a tear. I believe that there's an all-star game in the PGCBL, but he should definitely be a top guy on the list. I know it's not a fan vote or anything, but he should definitely be a guy that will be getting some attention. The Niagara University Purple Eagles are going to be extremely pleased with the amount of progress he has made this summer, as he really didn't play too much this past year with NU. And that one, a great approach there by Marcus to just, again, put the ball in play and a lot of claps by the dugout. As that's that team approach that needs to be occurring from 1 through 10 in the lineup. And if they do that, they're going to be a very successful team. So yeah, Marcus doesn't get the RBI there, or excuse me, doesn't get a hit there, but he gets the RBI. And again, that every run makes a difference in the ball game. We have seen throughout this year that any team can score runs in bunches. And who knows, Niagara could put up a 5 spot in the next inning. But because Marcus didn't try to kill that ball and pull it, and then there would have been 2 out with a man on second in a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Instead, he puts the ball in play. He hits it over to Marcelo at second base, and Marcelo would have had no chance to get Conley at home, meaning that Marcus, yeah, there's 2 outs in the inning, but you get another run to cross. 0-2 to Benitez. Nobody on. That one was fanned on, and I believe that he will be safe, as we've seen Nick Balsano and Baylor Bear kind of struggle today behind the dish. So Benitez will reach after his second strikeout of the day.
Fans, your attention please. Now
Half
pitch
bench
hitting
hitter
for
for
the
Jerry Reinhardt.
number 10, Ethan Sarmento. Sarmento pitch hitting for your Muckdogs.
Sarmento still trying to get that first hit of the season. He has an exhibition game against Elmira, but that does not count towards the season stats. As he's first pitch swinging, that one's chopped extremely high, right to Chavez. He's going to throw awkwardly, but get the out. So the Muckdogs should get another run here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
One runner.
6-0
Left
lead.
on base.
Niagara Power to at least get 6 runs to have it go into the bottom half of the inning. See what pitcher will have. Will be O'Neal with the rock in his hand. And still waiting for confirmation of that. Might be actually, it's going to be Trey Bacon coming into the game. So O'Neal gets a big out and 1 1/3, and now the ball is handed to Trey Bacon. So we'll be back in just a minute as Trey Bacon, tonight's starting extra hitter, will be warming up here. And we are back here in the top of the 9th inning on YouTube Live with another edition of Batavia Muckdogs Baseball. And Muckdogs, after a 4-game losing streak, are up in this one in the top of the 9th inning by a score of 6-0 against the Niagara Power, a team that defeated the Muckdogs this past Thursday, 5-2. And now, another pitcher here today after O'Neal just gets one big out. Bacon comes into the game. So he started as today's extra hitter. Like I said, he is both a pitcher and a position player at Tallahassee Community College. And his brother is a pitcher as well. That was drafted in the 4th round and is part of the Atlanta Brave organization. Here's the 3-1 from Bacon. That one will be outside. The first batter he faces, Cole Gabrielson. We also do have another defensive substitution.
Third baseman number 25, Scott Ogren.
As Trey Skidmore, a late addition to this Muckdog roster, is seeing the field for the first time with Batavia. And the runner, Skidmore, nice throw. And they tag him out as he slid over the base. Gabrielson slides over, can't keep his foot on, probably kept the tag on. And a great introduction there by Trey Skidmore as the first time he has a runner on the base pass. He's 1-for-1 for catching guys stealing. Now the Muckdogs are just down 2 outs before this game's over. Very interesting call to have a guy stealing when you're down 5-0. That ball was hit down the line and just fouled. So the 1-1 count now. Gabrielson got on with a 5-pitch walk. Was caught stealing just the first pitch of the at-bat to Origin. Skidmore is actually a teammate of 3rd baseman Ethan Frasca at University of South Carolina Union. That one hits him. give it to him. That one is the second time Origin's been hit by a pitch here today. No one's hit behind it.
Designated hitter number 8, Rudy.
Both Frasca and Skidmore attend University of South Carolina Union and are both from Land O'Lakes, Florida. So those two guys have been extremely familiar with one another, and we're looking for another catcher with all the injuries that I've talked about throughout the broadcast at the position. Frasca said that he had a guy that was willing to come down and he wanted to be there the next day. He will also be inside. Assistant coach Tony Brewington has also known Frasca and Skidmore for a very long time. 1-1 count, 1 out. Man on first, Trey Bacon on the mound. The pitch will also be high to the DH Brock Rudy. Rudy in danger of having the golden sombrero. Saw the golden sombrero last night. I've seen it a few times this year actually. 4 strikeout game, something that you never want to have. After Gabrielson was caught stealing by Skidmore. Nice tag applied by Connolly. See what we can do here. That one's lined and will get through into the outfield. Marcus will throw it in. The runners will stay at first and second. Still, it's a base runner, but not to worry with a 6-run lead and 2 men on, and we already have 1 out.
Catcher number 29, Nick Balsano.
So Rudy reaches for the first time here in this one. The University of Utah catcher. I've seen him catch once so far this year. That was not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before when we first went to Sal Magley Stadium. He was decent behind the plate as well. I do like the man that's up right now, Nick Balsano, behind the plate. Just struggled a little bit today. And the pitch in the 0-1 count. One nice curveball, just missed high. 1-1. To the Baylor Bear catcher. And these are the times where if you kept Joey Shaw in the game, not sure if it was due to a pitch cap that he already hit. Only allowed to throw a max of 4 innings in this one. I'm not too sure what the reasoning was, but he had 3 scoreless innings, and since then the Muckdogs have been getting the bats rolling. There's Bacon with a great curveball to Balsano. Did have the first hit of the night, reached on the Conley error, so grounded out. Pitch by Bacon, that one lined, and a nice play made by Ethan Frasca, and they get 2, game over. Ethan Frasca catches the line drive, and the Muckdogs are back in the fifth column. They will go to 6-9 on the year. With the game on the line, whoever lost the game is going into last place here in the Western Division. Muckdogs make sure that doesn't happen. Muckdogs hold the power scoreless in this one, 6-0. And it'll be a Muckdog victory here on Father's Day at Squire Stadium. We'll be back here tomorrow night. An exhibition game against the Elmira Pioneers. Until then, so long. Signing off, I'm Griffin Delapetto. Thank you for another great broadcast and edition of the Baseball.